Great day to be a Tiger. JSU by 40 campaign. Coach Taylor, I was just thinking, I was sitting in my office and we were talking about Jackson State athletics, the tradition of Jackson State. You played here. What if 50,000 alums gave $40 a month for 12 months?
Man, that would be huge. That's money in the bank for athletic program.
Let's do this, Coach. I'm challenging all 50,000 alumni of Jackson State University, supporters, fans. Let's give $40 a month to JSU by 40 campaign. 12 months, 12 million. September to August, let's win championships in the classroom. Let's support Jackson State University. Let's support athletics. And let's make sure our coaches and our student athletes are successful. So again, Coach Taylor and I are challenging you, all 50,000 alums, $40 a month for 12 months to support Jackson State athletics. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Support the JSU by 40 campaign. Visit gojsutigers.com/JSU by 40.
BetOnline is your number one source for all your sports betting needs this season. From baseball, golf, soccer, right to all the top fights in UFC, MMA, and boxing. Every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker, or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Use promo code BLEAV for your 50% free bet credit on your first deposit up to $250. Bet online. The game starts here.
Another guy who's been here, and he flies under the radar, in my opinion. And, everybody used to joke around about DJ Stevens, right? How long he had been at Jackson State. But this guy's been there as long as DJ. Talking about Anthony Petty, AJ Petty, right? He been here forever, man. Talk about a true veteran, but also a true student of the game. Talk about what he brings to the table from the film room also, but definitely on the field.
He's the real leader. I'm going to start by saying that. He says the brain and the voice. Petty's the one is zero tolerance for anything else outside of football. And him and Esaias bump head all the time because they also roommates.
Okay.
So Esaias say this, he want to be right, he say this. But he holds everybody, not just the defense or the DBs, but even the offensive guys. If it don't look right, Petty gonna say something. He don't care how you feel about it. So I think it one start with his leadership. Tell you a story about Petty. Last year, Petty started off as a starter. Mm-hmm. And I want to say, FAMU, he probably had about 4 missed tackles. Mm-hmm. So we kind of started to monitor it. Southern was the same way. And so we took him out of the starting lineup. Very instinctive, probably the most instinctive football player. And he came in the office, like this type of guy. He stood in the office. He said, Coach, why my reps go down? Why am I at the starting lineup? I said, right now you're having a problem getting the ball on the turf. That's important on the back end because the way we play defense, everything gets spilled to the safety. And you're not getting the ball on the turf consistently. It got nothing to do with passing defense. We also are part of the run support. Mm-hmm. And so you're like, okay, what you think I need to do? I said, man, we got to get out here. We got to hit this sled. We got to run out our feet. We got to, do everything the right way from a technique standpoint, pad level. And I said, a lot of it's just mindset and want to, not saying that you don't have the mindset to run into the wall, but you got to get this ball on the turf. And you got to be able to do it with some confidence. And I'll tell you one thing, this offseason, he came back 15 pounds heavier than he played at last year. And that spring, he hit everything to move. Like, he's not going to make excuses. What's the problem, Coach? I'm finna find a solution, on to next. And right now, he's one of our leaders and also one of the starters. So he's that type of guy. He's all football, all leadership. He's all about finding a solution.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, shout out to AJ Petty. He, again, true Tiger. He's been there. I always hear great things about him. I hear he's a future coach. He's a coach in the making. So looking forward to see his post-playing days, his career. Possibly. I don't want to, speak for him, but let's see if he'll go in that direction.
Oh yeah.
We went through the secondary, and it's just way too many guys to name on the defense individually. So we're not gonna keep you all day, but I wanted to go through the secondary because I know that's you, right? You're a secondary guy at heart. But let's touch on just at least the position groups in general. The other two, we don't have to go name by name, but let's just start with the linebackers. I know there was a heavy emphasis on getting better in that room coming from last season. So how do you feel about the talent level you have there?
Ooh. I can tell you this, man. That Coach O and that Coach TC Taylor, I love them. They look around and they actually, hey, you got everything you need to win a championship in your room? I got about two. I need about two. Go get it.
Just like
That's
that.
his mindset. Go get it. We'll figure it out. We'll
Mm.
figure the money out. We'll make sure you're good. Go get it. Like that's it. That's the mindset. And when you have that type of support from the higher up, it's so easy to go out here and recruit. So that room from the spring to the way it looked now is totally different.
Mhm.
From the top to the bottom, it's probably about 8 quality guys that's on
Mm.
scholarship that can go win you a
Mm.
championship.
Wow.
So and there's a bunch of new faces, but they also, they're striking.
Mhm.
They long, Ashton, Reed, JJ, Austin. Oh man, I don't want to leave nobody out.
I know, right? Once you start naming, it's hard. I try not to start naming because they watch too. They watch too. So
There's so many of them in that room, man. I can't possibly name them all. But Jacory, them guys, they breed football. But I also think it's a testament to the new linebacker coach as well.
okay. Mhm.
That group is. I put the DBs, and I tell DBs this all the time. We the weak link. Last year, we probably felt
Wow.
like the linebacker was the weak link.
Wow.
This year, it's the back end. That's how
Wow.
much talent we have up front. There's no knock to my group because we're gonna be good just because the standard is already set. But that front seven, I'm excited. And I don't tweet much, but when you
Right.
tweet, you're probably gonna hear me talk about the front seven. I can't
Mhm.
wait.
Mhm.
Them guys, the two or three coaches we have tied to the front end, along with the talent we brought in. A lot of returners up front that have done every stunt, every front 100,000 times. They can do it with their eyes closed. It's gonna be exciting.
Mhm.
It's gonna be exciting.
Wow. Talk about the competition. You talking about being 8 deep. Eight just a round number at linebacker, but I see that D line being just as deep or even deeper. I don't know how y'all talk about a good problem to have figuring out who's going to start. I don't know if y'all just going to rotate them in and out, but talk about that unit, the talent level, and the competition amongst that unit.
Man, I can tell you this. TC came in the office one day and he said, "Hey, Coach, can you pull up the defense depth chart?" And I think at the moment we were still signing D linemen.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw the D linemen and said, "Coach, what you need?" I said, I wasn't gonna turn them down. You kept offering sending me. I wasn't gonna turn them down. But we go win a championship with this unit here. But they deep. They deep. I want to say at least 13 probably can just shake them up in a ball and just roll their name out and tell them go line up. It's probably about 16 bodies, but you have 2 or 3 of them that's still getting developed. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a high number to have
Wow.
13 guys that can possibly be starters. So the competition in that room is big time. But it also, when you have competition, you got to do everything the right way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's forced us to be perfect, forced us to be where we're supposed to be and do what we're supposed to do. So that's what competition. That's how it works.
Yeah. It's funny you talk about continuing to recruit D linemen and trying to figure out the depth chart. Literally a couple of days ago in our Tiger Talk team chat, we were talking about the D line and we were putting each of us, we were just taking turns putting together our depth chart for the D line.
Good
And
luck.
except me, because I already know how y'all roll. I'm just sitting there watching. And literally, I didn't say nothing, but everybody, all the guys, oh, this guy starting, this guy. Literally, the next day, we got another commitment. Got another commitment on the D line. A young man who had the offer from Temple, who was originally slated to go to Temple. I came back and said, "See there, all y'all did all that. Now we got to add another guy to the mix." So I just sit back and let it work itself out. So we definitely looking forward to that D line because I think we, just coming from last year, we took a step back from previous seasons. So I know that was the point of emphasis as well. But let's talk about the defensive staff. You mentioned it earlier. You wanted to talk about your guys. Let's start with Coach Mario Magana. You said he gave you the call and said, "Hey, we're not looking good today. You may you may want to bring on back in, cut the vacation show." I know he's a great guy, and I know
Oh
for
yeah.
you to have him in that room with you, I know that position group is near and dear to your heart. So you want to have somebody special in there taking care of those corners. So tell us a little bit about him, Mr.
Man,
Cali.
he bring a
Cali guy.
lot to the table. You know, he young, so he bring a bunch of energy in the room, and the kids love it. They feed off of it. But he's a technician. You know, when it comes to the corners, he can tell you, hey, coach, we want to step here. Our eyes want to be here. Our hands want to be like, he's very in detail and intentional when he's talking to the guys about technique. And like I tell him, I said, man, that'll take you a long way. I got the scheme, you know, but each position, it got to be fundamentals, it got to be technique, because that's what we're going to lean our hat on when things go sideways. It ain't going to be about the X and O's. You know, we ain't doing nothing different than they doing at Baltimore or Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing different. I said, but where them pieces at and how they get it done is gonna mean everything. So that's what Mario kind of brings to the table. Just being organized and being a technician in that corner room.
Coach Cali James, I want to hear about him, Mr. Excitement, Mr. Energy, D-line ministry. And, you know, we talked about you not having a relationship with TC directly prior, but you had that connect, John Bradley, who kind of connected the dots. But talk about a Cali James, nobody to connect the dots. He's over there in Florida minding his business in a team staff meeting, and he gets a text message from TC Taylor out of the blue. Handpicked, hand selected. So
I have no idea how that happened. Let me say that. I just know and TC pulled me to the side and said, hey, coach, check his resume out, and I want you to give him a call. And I gave him a call, and you know, I'm straight to the point. I don't talk a lot.
mm-hmm.
But when I talk, normally people listen. So I got on the phone with him, say, hey, man, you know, this is what we're trying to do. This is how I operate. You know, it's kids first. Just do what you're supposed to do. You know, we ain't gonna babysit them. We're gonna build a relationship with them, but we're gonna hold their foot to the fire every time they do anything outside of what they shouldn't be doing. He said, coach, that's how I operate, coach. But let me tell you, coach, so I'm gonna have them to do it. He just got into football, and it was
you sound just like him.
It was all technique, fundamental. When I say he's the guy very in detail, if he was teaching you how to walk,
okay,
you know, I just tell you just get up and lift your leg and alternate. You know, coach, use your hip flexor muscle. Hey, 6 inches off the ground, you want to lean forward, you want to turn. Like, he's gonna be very in detail and intentional. And I love the kids love it. You know, he's on vacation, so I was in the building messing with the D lineman. I said, hey man, if you come down there and watch out for a second. I'm thinking about just, you know, going through some run fits. Hey, coach, you know, I got techniques first, coach. That's Jeremiah Williams. I said, oh, you know what? I'm gonna leave y'all alone, because that's what y'all leader. Y'all leader got them with technique. You know, from hand placement to eye to step, everything matters. That's why that group gonna be good as well. Everything matters. The little things. But that's what he demand out of him. He don't play with him, but he showed major love at the same time. And us as student athletes, we'll run through this wall for you. No matter how loud you may speak or say something, we know you love us, and it's all football. And when this air go out, it's football, you still gonna be there. When them office hours close, I can still call you and say, coach, hey man, I just need an ear for a minute. And you still pick up that phone 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. That means everything to the student athletes. And
everything.
Coach James brings just that. So I'm so excited about that group. And you heard him, you had him on here, so you get the demeanor and the mindset.
Yeah, great guy, man. His passion, you know, his ability to build relationships with the players, the recruits, their families, his recruiting ability, just a huge addition. Shout out to Coach TC, Coach O, for, you know, I don't know how they picked him out of everybody, because a lot of candidates to come be a D-line coach, but we know they got that one right. They picked the right guy.
Oh yeah, most
Then
definitely.
another big addition. Tiger fans very excited to have him back. He's one of our own. You talk about the energy guy, bringing a lot of enthusiasm to the team, to that locker room, the outside linebackers coach. He's doing special team duties as well, but Coach Javancy Jones, talk about him.
When I say everybody, I love this staff for a reason. I told Coach O this. I looked around and I said, hey man, Coach, I'm 37. I'm the oldest thing over here. This not a good feeling. I say, who I'm gonna lean on? You know, that's the first initial thought. Coach O said, be patient, I got you. And so I told Coach O the other day, I said, I didn't see this coming. But after the spring, what you think they may be lacking as far as experience because of their age, they all is football junkie.
Okay.
You know, they all football junkie, and everybody brings something different to the table. And with Coach Jones, I tell him all the time, I say, man, you remind me so much of me.
Really?
He's fiery. Like, he gonna get you going in the right direction, one way or the other. Either he's gonna force it on you, or he gonna try to do it in a leadership way where he can talk to you and motivate you to get done. But it's gonna get done. And that's what I see in him, man. He's a coordinator. And I tell everybody, I say, hey, if I'm ever out sick, fall out on the sideline, Coach Jones is in charge.
Wow.
Because one
Wow.
thing I do know,
Seriously?
oh yeah, he don't
Wow.
mind stepping on your toes. He don't mind speaking your mind. I think that's big in this profession. You get a lot of yes, 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 man, yes, yes. But then it ain't cool behind closed doors. You know, when they go back to their office, man, I don't like the way we do this. Like Coach Jones gonna let you know, Coach, you ever thought about doing this? I just think you like, And I'm not shooting nobody opinion down. Cause I was once that position coach that was like, we just do it this way. I saw so do it this way, and it worked for him. And so I don't shoot the opinion down. But that's the deal about Coach Jones. He's a leader. He can get guys going. He's a sponge.
Mm-hmm.
You tell him, hey, Coach, we do it this way, that way. You don't have to tell him twice.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna use that rule, regardless how long it may be. Hey, Coach. So the rule to this is, yep. So all right. So this new play right here, we do. Yep, it's the rule. Look, yeah, I got it, Coach. You ain't got to tell me. But he's that type of guy. He's a sponge
Wow.
and a disciplinary guy. So I'm excited to have him.
Yeah, he coaches like he played. Just fiery, a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, and it rubs off on others. So, again, we were excited. And it's funny because Jackson State fans have been wanting him on the staff for years because he's done quite well at the high school level, defensive coordinator, winning championships. So, that's the guy we want to bring back as a coach. So, we're glad that Coach TC saw that as well and brought him on. But talk about his counterpart in that linebacker room as Coach Chris Orr. That was a big time. Another unexpected hire, guy coming in with lots of experience, played on the highest level. We know who his brother is, played coaching at the highest level. So that pedigree that he brings to the room, man, is unmatched.
All right. So Coach Orr was the last one to get hired. And so at this point, I'm looking around. I'm looking at Coach Jones. I'm looking at Mario. I'm looking at Cal, and I'm like, what's a bunch of 20-year-olds in here? I said, Coach, this last spot, I got to get an old head here.
Mm-hmm.
So he allowed me to bring an old head in the building, a guy that was older than me, a guy that been around for a long time, been a coordinator. Did well on the interview. He said, I just asked you to do one thing. Still going to be your choice. I want you to hear this guy out. It was Coach Orr.
Okay.
So I get on the Zoom with Coach Orr, and I started to hear like, it went back to my year of Coach Giant. It went back to fundamental technique. Everything he talked about was about how we get it done. It's not, hey, linebacker, we're going to drop. We're going to relate the two. It was, no, Coach, we're going to near foot. Our left foot going to be up a right foot to the quarterback. It was like, oh, Lord. I got a bunch of technicians, students of the game. And then I heard the pedigree. So I'm like, I see why his football knowledge and football IQ is where it's at a young age. He got a brother that's a defense coordinator in the league. So very high football IQ. He's a football junkie. Every time I take that trip to Memphis 3 hours, I call him. We have a 3-hour conversation about all football. He's that type of guy. I don't care where he at. He could be out on a date. He all football. And the kids can relate to it. He played at the highest level. Man, I got a great staff. But I'm excited about Coach Orr. He's a football junkie. He's another mind behind the madness.
Mm-hmm. And I want to mention one more guy. I want to give him some shine as well. Coach Aaron Jackson, assistant D-line coach and defensive analyst. So he's an up-and-comer on the staff. So tell us a little bit about him.
Man, he's at first, I thought when I first got here, he was just so laid back. And then I think he was just figuring everything out, just evaluating things. Out of the blue, he just got real loud. Oh, yeah, he got comfortable, moving around with plenty of confidence. He's a technician as well. And I think I was talking to him the other day and said, hey, Coach James ain't going to be here alone now.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to be here alone. Be ready. And I was just picking his brain and say, you done worked under Coach Bradley, you done worked under Coach James, two different philosophy, two different mindsets as far as how D-line play, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna get into that. But
Okay.
I said, which approach would you take? He said, man, a little bit from both of them and making my own gumbo. So I said, okay. But he's ready. He's gonna be the next in the chamber. And the kids love him. He can relate to him. He's a technician. He got both sides of it. Uh, Coach Jackson gonna be a great one for us this year.
Coach, I want to stick to that D line for a second, and I promise I'm gonna let you go. You got to let you get back to your vacation. But I was having a conversation with a football guy back when you were promoted, and he absolutely loved the hire. He said defensive back coaches make the best defensive coordinators when it comes to a position coach moving to DC because they don't just focus on the secondary position. They understand as much as anybody how important a strong pass rush is to the secondary and the overall defense. So talk a little bit about that and the emphasis you placed on improving the pass rush since you moved to DC.
Man, I think the main deal is two ways to look at it. Either you have 4 guys up front that can go get it and generate their own pass rush, or you sending pressure. The problem with sending pressure a lot of time, people sell everything they have on the form. It's zero coverage. And now me as a DB coach, I don't like it because I'm like, hey, 3 or 4 yard route could be a box call. So I'm like, hey, you got to figure out how to generate pressure without undressing and putting us in harm's way. And I think that was the approach this year. We're going to be aggressive. I tell them that all the time. And the aggressive play call, aggressive and physical as far as how we get out to the quarterback, how we defeat blocks, how we tackle people, how we reroute, everything going to match the play calling. And that's going to be our mindset. We're going to be aggressive. That don't mean we're going to blitz every down, but we're going to be aggressive. We're going to pick and choose our battles. But we plan on generate pressure by doing a bunch of sims, sending one, dropping one, sending 2. But I think the biggest thing is beating the protection. If you can beat the protection, you don't need to send as many blitzers that you may think you need to send if you understand how to protect, how to beat protection. So a lot of us, we want to be able to generate pressure where we got one-on-one at the back, but still be in a 4 deep 3 under or 3 deep 4 under concept. So that's the plan. But as far as being on the back end, it's tough. It's tough because a lot of them picks now, we give credit to the front.
Okay.
It may not look like it because the quarterback ain't running for his life. But a lot of us do to them. And sometimes you generate pressure and you live on the edge on the back end, or you play coverage. That's what people didn't understand and wasn't happy with last year because the quarterback had all day, but he still didn't have nowhere to go with the ball because we dropped 8. So either you can go get the quarterback and have us on the limb, or you can play coverage and just have the quarterback to pack the ball. Still ain't nowhere to throw the football. And I think, we're going to do a little bit of both. Like I said, we're going to pick and choose our battles. I guess everything matters who's that guy back there, quarterback. That matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we're going to be aggressive.
Right. You talked about Coach Bradley earlier, but who are some other coaches that were mentors for you, guys who you kind of got your football philosophies and principles from as you were kind of coming up through the ranks as a player and then even as a coach?
Man, it was Cedric Thomas.
Okay.
I played for him as well. I don't think
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
I played at Mississippi Delta Community College before I finished up at the University of Memphis. And Coach Thomas was my DB coach at Mississippi Delta both years. So I think it started as a player, getting my philosophy from him. But time I got done playing at University of Memphis, my first job was at the JUCO I played at. And that's when Coach Thomas in 2012 went to Alcorn to be the DB coach with Jay Hobbs. I took his place at Mississippi Delta Community College. And the reason they wanted me there because he coached me. It was the same philosophy. We believed in the same things for his technique fundamentals. So when he had the opportunity to be the DC at Alcorn, he brought me along with him. And I was with him for a long time until I made this jump to Jackson. So I kind of followed him from Alcorn to UAPB to Mississippi Delta to back to Alcorn. That was my mentor. But outside that, really haven't been around nobody else,
Okay. Yeah, shout out to Coach Thomas. Obviously, he's paid his dues. He's been, defense coordinator. He's been a head coach previously, but most recently, of course, getting that head coaching job. The surprising turn of events down there on the reservation with Coach McNair. So well deserved. And looking, I don't want to wish him, I don't want to say good luck, but you know what I mean. Congratulations. I'll say, I'll let you tell him good luck. That's your guy, but I can't say that. I can't say it. But no, seriously, we wish him well. We definitely wish him well.
Good luck
Before we
on
let you
all
go,
games except the last one.
all games except the last one. Absolutely. Absolutely. Before we let you go, just talk a little bit about the goal for the second summer session and then leading into the fall camp. Where does the defense need to improve?
Disguise.
Okay.
Disguise. We're not doing much on the back end. Not tell them I want guys to play fast. So the first thing that happened when I got the playbook, I said, hey man, I can't operate with all these plays. I said, too much going on. I don't go out there and just go to swinging. I said, I'm a boxer. Hey, I'm gonna start with this play. That's that right jab. Hey, they do this, left uppercut coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I process it. I said, so I can't process a bunch of plays, fella. I just feel like I'm calling stuff. I want to have a plan. Hey, I'm calling this, and I'm 2 steps ahead. If they go here and start doing this, I'm gonna call this. Hey, we're gonna generate pressure on the first down. I want to have a plan, and it's not gonna be a bunch of calls. So with that being said, summer one's about understanding what we're doing, having a toolbox to be able to get in and out of certain calls. Summer two is about how do we disguise the little bit we doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that started yesterday. We talked about different disguises. We got tag words that make one cover look totally different. And today and yesterday was about going through that process. It's all about disguising. Let's confuse the quarterback. Let's get out the quarterback. That's 2 things that we're going to do. Fall camp, I stood up today and I said, hey, new faces, you don't have long. I said, fall camp start on the 29th of July. Our first game, 29th of August. I said, them 3rd days, I'm getting prepared for a game. So you better figure it out this month of June. Come and get some extra work. I'm here all day, every day. I'm supposed to be on vacation. I'm in the building.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 2 o'clock. I'll probably be here at 6 or 7. So you better come get some extra work. Because when that 3rd day window start, we're getting ready for a game. I hate to say it like that, but we don't have time to, hey, let's get him ready. The ones that ready, it's time to go to war. So I'm hoping the new faces took that message this morning and they're getting that playbook and they show improvement this month of July.
There you have it. There you have it. And then last thing, Coach, let's talk about this push, this campaign for the fans to get to 10,000 season tickets sold. We know that fans can be lazy and kind of sit back and watch the games on ESPN. We get excited when we see that schedule come out and we see all the games that are going to be televised. That's great for the brand, for us to be seen nationwide. But the local fans within a driving distance, talk to them, Coach. Tell them about the importance of fans showing up and being in the stands for the players.
The number one recruiting tool we use here at Jets is the fan base and the environment in the vet. Please continue to support us. Go get your ticket. Be in the building. Don't watch it from TV. All right, you watch the rerun from TV. Mm-hmm. You come and watch it live. We're gonna give y'all what y'all been asking for. Offensively, they're gonna be explosive, and we're gonna go get the quarterback. So come and see it up close and live. Continue to support.
Yeah, I know. I send Coach O a lot of the videos of the fans in the stands for him to show recruits, and I think he passes that along to y'all. So, do you show those videos to recruits, and kind of what's the reaction for those players who can't come on an official visit when they don't know what to expect at an HBCU and they see that?
Unbelievable. I played at Memphis, and our crowd at the time didn't look like that. Mm-hmm. And I tell them all the time, I say, unless you in the SEC somewhere, Big Ten, you can play in front of a crowd like this. So when you talk about Eastern Michigan, you know, Cam and them guys, you show them that, like, oh, crap. This look like we in, the SEC.
Wow.
It's 40,000 up here, and they rocking it. They all our color. And it's good barbecue smell outside.
Yeah.
The plate, you can always go up to a tent, get you a plate when you need one. As the band is jamming, it's different. It's different. So that's one of my number one, selling points. When I start sending them video, they, coach, oh yeah, you gonna play in front of a crowd now, and they're gonna know your name, first and last name. First and last name. And you gotta take the good and the bad now. They tough on you. You gotta take the good.
Oh yeah, it gotta be.
They tough on you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Coach, we're not gonna hold you. We'll let you get back to your vacation. But man, we appreciate it. Long time coming. We anytime, we'll have you on the show whenever you can spare us a few minutes. We're looking forward to continue, working with you guys, whether it's interviewing of the official visits or whatever you guys need from Tiger Talk. We're there on behalf of Ken, Clark, Zoe, the whole crew. We appreciate everything you do. We're looking forward to a big season. I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but we got some unfinished business.
Oh yeah. The expectation high. I know it.
Absolutely.
I know.
All right, Coach. Well, again, thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
All right, man. You have a blessing.
All right, you too. Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club is presented by Bet Online.